On this episode of the 60-Second Strength Coach, we're going to talk about ramping up volume. This is a climbing set protocol I learned from Mark Philippi called repetition summation training. Generally, what you're going to do is you're going to pick a percentage and its correlated rep max range and then build on a climbing set principle with brief rest intervals to get to that goal rep. So for example, if my goal rep is 8, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that number, multiply it by that number plus 1. So 8 times 8 plus 1 or 9 and divide that by 2. And that will give you the total reps of the summation set. So for example, in this case, my goal was to do 8. So the climb is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for a total of 36 reps. There is no rest interval. The rest interval is how much time you feel you need in between. I was doing a cadence based where after the rep 1, I did 10 counts and then added 5 counts to every set after that. This weight was a little too light. I should have probably pushed to 10, but you get the idea. If you're looking to ramp up the volume, try repetition summation training. On this episode of the 60-Second Strength Coach, we have No Noodle Neck Friday. Here's a great combo of working some scapula movements with some iso stabilization for the neck using the iron neck. First exercise we have is a standard dumbbell shrug with rear loaded tension for the iso hold. Generally, we're going to do these anywhere between 15 and 25 reps. So you're getting a pretty good duration of time with the iso hold, trying to maintain a neutral chin position. Here you can see we're doing a strap retraction standing with a front loaded iso tension hold with the iron neck. And again, anywhere between 15 and 25 reps. Can go 1 to 3 rounds depending on how you are prescribing this in the program. So here's your test for the week. Get that big neck, no noodle neck. On this episode of the 60-Second Strength Coach, we talk about dynamic effort intent. Dynamic effort, improving the rate of force development, explosive strength, easy to say it. We're working on speed. And that's the intentions you must have. How fast can you move the bar? Key terms to utilize as cues: maximum concentric acceleration. Also, compensatory acceleration by Fred Hatfield, moving the bar as fast as you can during the concentric phase. But the key to keeping yourself in the concentric phase is accommodating resistance, and especially when utilizing bands. The ability to continuously stay in a state of acceleration is very much improved by using bands and chains. When using free weight, you have to slow the bar down before lockout and therefore limit the range of motion. Hey, on this episode of the 60-Second Strength Coach, just want to give you a few tips I've learned from Leanne Blinn, Director of Olympic Sports at Arizona State, world's strongest woman competitor, and multi-time world powerlifting champion when it comes to log training. And this is more for the beginners and those starting out in strongman training. So here's what you need to remember. The log diameter will determine what is the harder portion of the lift, whether it's the clean or the press. The greater the diameter of the log, the easier the clean and the more difficult the press. And then the smaller the diameter of the log, the harder the clean and the easier to press. So know that when you're starting off in this journey, and know where to start and where to pick your choices. Good morning. On this episode of the 60-Second Strength Coach, we're showing some no noodle neck work of all the scapula movement progression. This is a 5-piece giant set, 20 reps each, working all the planes of the scapula: elevation, depression, retraction, protraction, upward and downward rotation. Try it out and get that no noodle neck working.